Imagine a world where Harry Potter, Batman, Game of Thrones, and Wednesday all live in one app. It seems this isn't just a fantasy anymore. The internet has exploded with the news. According to insider sources, Netflix is emerging as the main contender, the frontrunner in the bidding war to acquire media giant Warner Bros. Discovery. If this deal goes through, it won't be just a merger. It will be the total end of the streaming wars as we know them. Netflix could become a monopoly, controlling the lion's share of entertainment on the planet. But do they have enough money? What will happen to subscription prices? And will the government allow the creation of such a monster? Today, we are breaking down the loudest insider story of the year. Let's dive in. Let's get the facts straight first. Sources report that Warner Bros. Discovery is in a tough spot. Despite a massive content library, the company is drowning in debt after previous mergers. Their CEO, David Zaslav, tried to cut costs and cancel movies. Remember Batgirl? But the stock continued to fall. Enter Netflix. Just a year ago, analysts said Netflix would never buy traditional studios, claiming it was old school. But times have changed. Netflix has won the streaming war. They have record profits and massive free cash flow. According to insiders, a real bidding war is underway. Potential buyers could have included Apple or Amazon, but it's Netflix that has pulled ahead. Why? Because for Netflix, this is a chance to get what they've always lacked, a century of Hollywood legacy and the strongest franchises in the world. Just let the scale of this sink in. If the deal happens, Netflix gets the rights to HBO. This means the next seasons of House of the Dragon or The Last of Us would be released on Netflix. Next, DC Comics, Superman, Batman, the Joker, they all become the property of the Red N. Netflix has been trying to create its own cinematic universes for years, but none compared to DC. And of course, Harry Potter, the reboot series that HBO is preparing, could become a Netflix exclusive. Add to that The Lord of the Rings, the entire Cartoon Network catalog, Discovery with its sharks and reality shows, and ironically enough, the TV show Friends. Remember how Netflix used to pay $100 million a year just to stream Friends? Now they can simply buy the owner of the rights. This transforms Netflix from just an online theater into the absolute ruler of pop culture. But don't pop the champagne just yet. Standing in the way of this deal is a massive wall, antitrust regulators. The US is currently very strict about tech giant mergers. Combining the world's largest streamer, Netflix, with one of the biggest movie studios, Warner Bros., will raise a lot of questions from regulators. It basically kills competition. Another question is what to do with CNN. Warner Bros. Discovery owns this news channel. Netflix has always stayed away from politics and live news. Experts suggest that if the deal goes through, Netflix would likely sell CNN to someone else immediately to avoid the headache. And of course, the debt. By buying Warner Bros., Netflix is also buying their massive debts. Is a company that just reached stable profitability ready to hang such a burden around its neck? And now for the most important part. How will this affect us? On one hand, it's convenient. No more paying for Netflix and separately looking for where to watch HBO or Warner's new releases. Everything in one app. The Max app would likely be shut down and its content would move to Netflix. On the other hand, monopolies almost always lead to price hikes. If Netflix is left without strong competitors, Disney Plus would be the only one able to put up a fight. They could dictate any price for the subscription, $25, $30 a month, easily. There's also a risk for movie theaters. Warner Bros. Is a studio that bets on theatrical releases. Netflix loves releasing movies directly to digital. Will we see the new Dune in IMAX if its owner becomes Netflix? That is a big question. So Netflix, as the frontrunner in buying Warner Bros. Discovery, is news that could change media history forever. It's the end of the era of fragmentation, but the beginning of mega corporations. For now, this is insider info, and no official papers have been signed, but there's no smoke without fire, especially when the stakes are this high. What do you think? Would you like Harry Potter and Game of Thrones to move to Netflix, or is it better for studios to remain independent? Write your opinion in the comments. It's really interesting to discuss. Don't forget to like the video if it was useful and subscribe so you don't miss the conclusion of this drama. See you next time.